So hey guys, so this is the second video on my YouTube channel. So in this video, I will talk about one of the front-end project which I did earlier using React.js. So the name of the application was News Tracker. It is basically a news kind of website that displays real-time news on the basis of different categories. So news can be categorized on the basis of sports news, tech news, business news, entertainment news, science or technology news, etc. So the API which I use to make this particular website is the News API. Uh, it is basically a free for developers, and there are also paid version of it. This particular API. This website is completely built using React.js. Talking more about React, what exactly React is? It is basically a JavaScript library. Some developers call it a framework, but it serves more like a library kind of thing, and it is really helpful in creating user interfaces and single page application, or also known as SPA. React allows us to create reusable UI components. So compared to the standard vanilla JavaScript, uh, the reusability factor of UI components can be uh, helpful in if you go with React compared to vanilla JavaScript. And it is also a trusted source because it is maintained by Meta, which is formerly known as Facebook, and all the code, the community take care of all the code or all the development of React via Meta only. So you're talking about the News API. So News API is a simple HTTP REST API for searching and retrieving live articles or news all over the web page. So you can search articles on the basis of different keywords. Like there are, if you wanted to know what is currently happening or what are the events which are currently occurring in Microsoft, so you can go with the keyword of Microsoft. You can search via this keyword Microsoft on the News API, and you can get all the news related to Microsoft on that particular day. And if also you wanted to know what happened yesterday or what happened last week at Microsoft, you can also search via this date published features of this News API. Also, there are language options, like if you wanted to know news related to your particular language, Hindi newses or other any other language, you can also go with the language option available in the News API. So you can know more about this API on their official webpage newsapi.org. So once you log into this web page, you can get a free API key under the free subscription. So there are also paid subscription of this particular API. So on in their official web page, they have mentioned, like, if you give a get request on this particular link, or the HTTP get request on this particular link, you can get certain outputs on this JSON format. So like there are total more than 2000 results, and this particular URL is generating. Those result can be categorized on the basis of author name, title of the news, the description about the news, more about the URL of the web page, the image of the web page, and additional content. Yeah, all this particular links also works. As you can see, uh, this particular links are also working. Image link is also working. So yeah, this is basically the API. You can also read the documentation on of the News API. Currently, for developers, we have this particular endpoint kind of things, which is basically helpful for generating result from the API. So if suppose I wanted to know more all the article about Bitcoin, so I can search the result with this Q keyword. So basically, uh, Q is equal to Bitcoin will generate all the result of the Bitcoin news. So also suppose if I wanted to get news from this particular range, so I can get this particular request and all the news will be fetched. And similar, if I wanted to know uh, language wise news, suppose what is happening in USA, so there are two letter ISO standard. For USA it is, I guess, US, and for India it is IN. So all the news related to our country will be displayed easily via this keyword. So you're talking about the pricing. Currently I'm using the free version. There are also paid version. So the main disadvantage of using the free version is that I get news with a 24-hour delay and only 100 requests per day, compared to the paid version with massive requests per month and with real time news. So yeah, this is particularly the news API. So yeah, talking about the code, I will just explain in short what I did, but just before I just run the application. Till the time it runs, just explain what the main functionalities been there. So basically, I'm using the async await kind of functionality of the vanilla JavaScript or the normal JavaScript. So in async await kind of functionality, what happens is that this particular function is being made asynchronous. So in asynchronous, what happens is that whatever the data which the next line of code is doing will be made wait till that till the previous code has been previous output is been displayed. So like if suppose I'm giving a fetch URL request on this particular news API web page, so it will wait for that particular data to be fetched first, and then it will stored in the data variable. And in similar fashion, this data is not in a standard format. We need to convert it in the JSON format so that the readability is more. So it again convert that particular data in JSON format with this await keyword, and then store that particular data in the compressed data keyword or variable. And now all the data which is been available on this particular web page is been stored on this compressed data uh, variable, and I can just use that compressed data in order to display on my website. So yeah, so the website is now done. So yeah, this is the homepage of the uh, website. So as you can see, this is the homepage. This is the different category wise news. These are all the business news which the API has been requesting. There is a next page also, like like on a single page there are only 20 news is been displayed, and to know more news you can go on the next page or the previous page. So yeah, entertainment news, the news related to healthcare, the science news, all the science news has been categorized. Sports news. So as you can see, currently IPL is trending in India. So all the news related to IPL, like this is the headline of the news. This is the description of the news. The author is currently unknown. This is the latest news because it is yesterday's news only, because I'm using the free version which is a 24-hour delay. That's why it is giving a previous day news. And if you wanted to know more, you can just go to the official ndtv ndtv site from where the news API is fetching the data. So yeah, again, like this is from the Hindustan Times, so I can go to their website and search what all the news is about. So yeah, this is the particular website which I made. uh, and I basically enjoyed working with React and news API. So yeah, thank you.